It's a must-win. Simple as. Hello everybody, welcome back to Palace Bad Mason. Today brings you the vlog between Crystal Palace and Fulham at Selhurst Park. Now this is a very important game. This is Palace's worst start to a season since 2013-14. We have one win in 10 Premier League games, just like we did in that season. And what concerns me is 11 years ago in that season, we lost 4-1 at home to Fulham, which I think was the game that sacked Ian Holloway, and I hope that's not the game that puts Oliver Glasner in danger. In terms of Crystal Palace and Fulham, these teams have had polar opposite starts, and I thought they would have this season, to be honest with you. I thought Fulham, I wouldn't have thought they'd have been struggling, but I thought they wouldn't be 9th in the Premier League right now, progressing, and we are not. We are 17th. Yes, we got that win at home against Tottenham in my last vlog, but that's the only win we've got this season so far, and we've started November. You know, it's not good enough. It's not promising, really. I don't know what to say. Like I said in the last video, yes, I'm glad that we bounced back against Wolves, but, you know, a point in that game still wasn't good enough. And what's concerning me is that Wolves' game today is at home to Southampton. It's bottom of the league against 19th. And Ipswich are playing tomorrow against Tottenham. If we don't get the result we want today, then we could find ourselves back in the relegation zone for the next international break before our next league game away at Aston Villa. We played them in the Carabao Cup. But anyway, let me get on to the next fixtures after the vlog's been done. Crystal Palace are winless against Fulham at home since 2019. In a 2-0 win, goals were from Luka Milivojevic and Jeffrey Schlupp. And Jeffrey Schlupp may get his first Premier League start of the season for Crystal Palace because of our injury nightmare. Crystal Palace, just like the Wolves game, will be without Eze and Adam Wharton, but now we're without Eddie Nketiah as well. He went to a private performance specialist or something and got a hamstring injury in that, so that's not ideal. We could see a start for youngster Asha Agbenone. Just think it's too early for him. I really do. And I don't want fans to be getting onto his case if he doesn't have the best of performances. So, you never know with this one. A bit more positive news for Crystal Palace. We could be welcoming back Chris Richards, who got injured at the start of the season, and Sheikh Doucouré, who was on the bench for the draw against Wolves. So, you never know, he could start today. I'm not sure what the lineup's going to be whatsoever. Fulham, no injury news. It's 17th against 9th. Let's just hope we can beat another London team that plays in white. Come on, you Palace, let's have it. Why don't you come on over, Devaney? It's one of the most unique lineups I've seen for Palace. I've never had to Google a player on our lineup, but there we go. 6 at the back for Palace. Don't know what's going on there. So we've got Hendo in goal, Lacroix, Chalobah, Gahey, Mitchell, Munoz and Nathaniel Klein. With Devaney and Kamada in midfield, Sarr and Mateta, and someone else. I can't believe I'm forgetting a player here. Yeah, this lineup's really confused me. I don't know why we're doing this. You've got a fit Sheikh Doucouré on the bench. Well, I'm hoping he's fit if he's on the bench. But you pick Justin Devaney over him. Plays in the Northern Ireland under-21s. He's a captain of our youth team. Why is he starting against a fully strength Fulham? I don't know about this game, I really don't. Jimenez had the shot outside the area, went wide of Henderson's right-hand side, but apart from that, still 0-0. I don't know if we're settling with this 6 at the back sort of tactic. I don't know. Devaney's been all right though. He's settled in quite well. Good pass at the set away. He's made a start. Can we break from here? That is a terrible pass. That is a terrible pass set away Iwobi for Fulham. Massive chance for Fulham. Jimenez went through and it was a brilliant save by Henderson. It might have been Iwobi. I couldn't really tell who was shooting the ball, but I thought it was going to be 1-0 anyway, but it's not. It's a really good save from Henderson at point blank range. Keeps it Palace 0, Fulham 0. The fact that we're, 6 defenders, 6 at the back, and we still can't, we still can't defend against Fulham is a joke. Lacroix just made a goal-saving tackle. So either Gahey or Klein's passed it across the box, which is something you never ever do. You're taught that from 5? And Smith Rowe's got a clear through on goal, and Lacroix's made a goal-saving tackle. The ball across, Kamada doesn't even fight for. Kamada's not good enough. Kamada's corner in just wide from Gay. That's the best chance we've had all game. Another slight chance for Palace, crossing from the free kick. Mateta wins the header, but the cross is just too high for him to reach it, and it goes over Leno's bar. Still 0-0. Fulham have had most of the ball, surprisingly. Got to mention as well that former Palace player Joachim Andersen's in this Fulham team as well. Nearly scored from a corner. Nearly, it was a header that was blocked and out for another corner for Fulham. Crossed in by Pereira. Punched away by Henderson. Palace free kick for once. I tell you what, Fulham have had their fair share of corners in this first half. Should that be a corner? I don't know. It's just brilliant play from Fulham, and they're cutting us apart defensively. Like, we ain't been great in this first half, and had many chances. No particular shots on goal to test Leno. Corner for Fulham. Pereira again to cross this one in. Away well by Chalobah. That is an absolutely brilliant save from Dean Henderson. It's Nelson, he's crossed it in towards Iwobi. Took it second time on the volley, fist towards the top right corner. But Henderson gets it as near post very quickly to put it out for another Fulham corner. Best chance of the game for Palace. Mateta literally gets his head on it, it bubbles towards, go over the line. Anderson, the former Palace player, is there to clear it for a Palace throw. Best chance for us all half. As you can hear, it's half time and it is 1-0 to Fulham. So to talk about their goal, I don't know much about it. I went down to the toilet thinking it was going to end 0-0 at half time. But Smith Rowe apparently was passed the ball straight to him, and he puts it in the net to make it 1-0 to Fulham. Constant threat down that left-hand side, and it was obvious that it was going to break us down at some point. So there you go. So half time at Selhurst Park, Palace 0, Fulham 1. What do you expect when you pick 6 defenders? Like, you know, you got six defenders, a debutant who plays for the youth team, so of course he's not going to be full of confidence. Daichi Kamada ain't great. Ismail Assar weren't clinical enough in the last game. And then Mateta, that's the only player you've got out there with genuine quality, and obviously he only turns up for a couple of games at a time. It's just not been great. Fulham have had most of possession. They've got Nelson, Smith Rowe, Jimenez, you know, Harry Wilson that come off the bench, players that can, you know, break Palace down very, very easily, and there's a reason why they're up there in 9th place at the moment. And there's a reason why we're down there as well. Wolves are beating Southampton. I don't know if that puts us in the relegation zone yet, but it's not looking good. And with all these injuries we've got, I'm glad we've got an international break after this game, especially if it ends a defeat here. Munoz had a shot on goal saved by Leno, and then Devaney on the follow-up. What a moment that would have been if he'd have scored. But he put it straight over the bar. Still 1-0 Fulham. We didn't want Emil Smith Rowe. 2-0. Oh, for fuck's sake. This season's written off. We'll win 5 games in a row at the end of the season and we'll finish 12th. Oh, it's gone VAR. I might have to take that back. Didn't look offside to me. Didn't look offside.
Take this.
VAR's meant to reduce time, is it? Is he going to give offside? Is he giving offside? Offside! Still 1-0 Fulham. How we've got away with that, I don't know. This is like when we had 9 men a few years ago and we're waiting for the second goal. Pereira, brilliant chance, brilliant save by Henderson. And then Munoz wins a free kick because of a foul from Raul Jimenez. We're waiting for 2-0. Like, it should have been 2-0 from that Smith Rowe goal, but offside. Klein off for Decore. Still 1-0 Fulham. We don't look in this game whatsoever. Nelson's had a shot wide. Like, we just don't look in this game at all. Don't look up for it. It doesn't help when you're playing 6 defenders, I suppose, but still, even the forward players, they're not up for this whatsoever. And if we get a point out of this, It's an absolute grab. Off comes to substitute Justin Devaney. I mean, you know, there's only so much he could do. Youth Academy captain. There's so much he could do. On comes Jeffrey Schlupp, which is the only attacking option we've really got apart from Agbanone. So, yeah, that's it really. Takore, wild effort over the bar just after the substitution. Still 1-0 Fulham. We're waiting for the second. For the second time in 3 years, Palace have been sent down to 10-minute home to Fulham, and it's Kamada this time. Rash challenge, no complaints. He's been terrible. I'll give him a 0 out of 10. And now we're down to 10 men and 1-0 down with 6 defenders on the pitch. We've got 3 outfield attackers, whereas Fulham have got Muniz now has come on, Iwobi, Smith-Rowe, Pereira. It's game over pretty much. 2-0 Fulham, Harry Wilson, I've already left. Game done. We're terrible. I don't even know what I'm going to say here, so I'm going to put it all as one. I'm not doing separate clips. Full time at Selhurst Park, Palace 0, Fulham 2. It was a disgrace. An absolute disgrace. I know we was without Eze, Wharton and Ketia, and that made it so much, you know, harder for us to break Fulham down, especially had they got such a disciplined defence. It was going to be difficult, but I think Oliver Glasner accepted defeat before a ball was even kicked with that lineup. You know, 6 defenders, so we're going to get everyone behind the ball, and our only attacking outlets are Justin Devaney, who made his debut for Palace at 21 years old, is our youth team captain. Clearly weren't ready, even though he played all right. You can tell he's not Premier League ready. It was embarrassing that we're having to play him over Cheikh Doucouré, who we spent 15, 16 million pounds for under Patrick Vieira. And, you know, he's been on the bench for the last couple of Premier League games. Why is he not Premier League ready to start the game then? Is he that badly crippled that he cannot come on the pitch? Do you know what I mean? Then you've got Daichi Kamada. Never, ever put that shirt on for Crystal Palace ever again. Don't ever try and do it. Put in a shyster of a performance, trying to, you know, just... It was absolute pony, yet again. And I tried to jump on the hype of him a couple of games ago against Wolves, Villa in the Cup. He played okay. But even that goal against Villa weren't great. It's a shot that the keeper should have saved and he's let it go straight past him into the back of the net. Just not good enough. And you know what? I'm glad he's not there for the next 3 games. Even if we have got to play Devaney again, I don't care. Just don't play Kamada again. I don't see what Glasner sees in him. Then you've got Ismail Assar, who was not clinical enough against Wolves, not clinical enough today. And then we've got Jean-Philippe Mateta. The only decent attacking outlet that we've got in this team, bar Eze, Wharton and Nketiah, who's didn't play great today. You put all them together, you've got a losing side. It's embarrassing how we're having to play 6 defenders and Fulham still could have put 4 or 5 past us. I'm just so sick to the back teeth of teams getting promoted before us and they're doing so much better than us. That win for Fulham puts them in the Europa League spots. We've not been in the Europa League spots for about 9 years. I don't think. Don't quote me on that. But we're just flirting with relegation yet again, and there's only one time it's going to hit us and bite us in the arse. And I hate to put it so bluntly. Everyone says there's 3 teams worse than us. I genuinely think Wolves, the second half in that game last week, look better than us. Ipswich will beat us. And come back to this video when they do. I'm going to say it right now. Ipswich will beat us right now. The way we're playing and we're going to their place, if they haven't won a game till then, they will beat us. And I'm telling you right now. Southampton, I don't know about them. I've never been more confident of relegation. I know we're in November and it's still a lot of the season left to go. But we've prioritised the Carabao Cup over the Premier League. And that's obvious. It's not good enough. I'm glad we got international break again. I might make a video and talk about how bad we've been this season, but I'm just feel like I'm going to be repeating myself over and over again. Oh, I'm pissed off. I'm really pissed off. Full time, 2-0 Fulham, not good enough. I make these videos every single season since 2021. Nothing's changed. No progression. But yeah, in that time frame, you've got Forest in the top 4. Fulham in the Europa League spots, Brighton doing well, Brentford are in the worst case scenario where we were at the end of last season. That would have been our worst case scenario finish. We'll be lucky to get 12th or 11th. It's not good enough. I don't know whether to blame Glasner, the players, the owners. I think it's a mix of all three. Like, share, subscribe. I'm fuming yet again.